It's Bobby G from Championship Golf Network here with Jazy Roberts, who I've been watching so far in the final round match play of the 2025 North-South Amateur. Jazy, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. How's it going so far?
It's been okay. It's been annoying to have another delay again. Hopefully we can get back out soon, but I'm in an interesting spot to go back out to, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, but I think it's a positive because of the rain delay. You actually got to mark your ball.
Yep.
So is that you believe that'll be kind of a little bit easier to hit from where you were?
It wasn't on the best lie, so it's not going to be good either way in there. But
it looks like you have a lot of green to work with.
I
So
do,
yeah,
yeah,
so I'm assuming you're going to get it close and make a birdie. So let's just talk a little bit about today's round. First thing I just want to congratulate you on and just comment is I watch golf, professional golf, elite amateur golf, college golf at all levels, and I just want to compliment you on your emotional intelligence and your calmness throughout. I never see you get too high or too low, and it's been a pretty tight match, and you've hit it great. So, and you're still in there, and even though I'm looking at a little lightning right now, I hope eventually we can get back out. But so I just wanted to note that for you. It was really impressive to watch, and you have a beautiful swing, and I know your family's here, and everyone's rooting for you. But I want everyone to know that you're actually from Australia.
Yep.
I think most people know that. And so can you tell us a little bit about your earlier years in golf and kind of how you picked up the game and how you become such an accomplished international player?
Yep. Well, I think I started playing when I was around about 7 or 8. I used to go out with my dad and brother at one of the courses back at home in Bendigo. And then I think just slowly over the last few years I've played more tournaments and gotten some pretty good results. And then getting into the Golf Australia high performance program has really helped me be able to come over here.
It's just such a great country for some of the greatest golfers in the world. Have you met any of the top pros from Australia? And can you tell us who they were and what it was like?
Yeah, well, last week Sarah and I, who's my caddy, we actually got to spend the week with Kari Webb.
Wow.
We were at the ladies LPGA event. So that was pretty cool to just spend the week with her and the current Aussie pros that are out on tour. So yeah, obviously learned a lot from that, and there's lots of girls back at home who are willing to help.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just such an incredible bond, being from Australia and playing here in the U.S. and being able to see them and learn from them. What are some of the coolest things you've learned so far from some fellow Aussie players?
Honestly, I think it's more just looking at the journey that they've been on. I mean, we've all kind of come through similar pathways, I guess. And last week, obviously, with Kari, she was giving Sarah and I lots of little inside tips because she's been so successful. But yeah, I mean, they're all willing to help and give back to the next generation.
That's great. I love your trajectory in terms of your golf career. So you're still how old right now?
20.
20. And talking to you earlier today, I understand that you intend to pursue a professional career at some time. Timeline TBD based on your playing. But my comment on the trajectory is amazing because I noticed that, most recently you finished 9th at the Women's Amateur Championship in Scotland. Someone I interviewed recently from Alabama, Dom Clemens, won the Scottish Am last year. I know that amateur championship in Scotland has so much great history. What was that like finishing top 10?
It was pretty amazing. It was my first time over in the UK and in Scotland. I'd heard that the weather is always pretty interesting over there, but we managed to get pretty lucky and had good weather. But just the experience of playing on real golf links, I guess, it was good fun. Yeah.
What did it take you a little bit to adjust to the type of golf and course, or had you been done that a fair amount before that?
Well, it's actually been pretty cold and windy at home before I left, so I was kind of getting a little bit of practice in back there, but had a few practice rounds and played a few.
That's great. That's great. That's really cool. What I've really noticed, and also in terms of your golf trajectory and your success, is that last year you made it to the final 32, and now you're in the final group. So objectively, it looks like everything's going in the right direction. Is there anything right now that you're spending a little more time on in your game, or anything that you want to share with us about what you're really focusing on? I know your game is solid overall, but is there's any one thing that you really are paying a little more attention to, not as a weakness, but just trying to get to another level? Could you share that with us, please?
Well, honestly, I think it's just coming down to having more experience. I've played a lot more competitions, the bigger tournaments. We get a few professional starts back at home, so playing with the pros is obviously giving us all very big insights into what it takes. And so I think just getting confidence from that is helping today.
And having your friend on your bag has got to be a blast, I assume, correct?
Yes.
So why don't we do a shout out to your caddy who you also play with? What is her name?
Sarah.
Sarah, this is a shout out to you. I know saw your parents a few minutes ago. I know they're delighted that you're here and they're so proud of you. And, you know, I'm going to let you do a shout out to them. It's something I do to all our players because without them and all their support, you know, this would be a much different career track for you, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, thanks for being here. Everything that they do for me has obviously helped lead to this point.
Yeah, well, Mr. and Mrs. Roberts, you've raised a phenomenal young woman and golfer and competitor, and we're really excited to finish the round. And I just want to thank you so much for interfering. I know you were relaxing and having a good time with your parents, and you were nice enough to let me pull you away. So thanks again, and good luck to you. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.